What up, YouTube? Daniel4619 coming here, about to drop some real knowledge. I don't know, for whoever cares. So this is pertaining to insurance and sports cards. So we're saying you have a $20,000 fire loss to your house. So you have $1,000 deductible. I mean, I could really elaborate on this because I have some knowledge in insurance, but I'm not going to go into all, like, there's going to be like depreciation applied to this, and it could be recoverable or non-recoverable depending on your policy. But anyway, so you got $20,000 loss, you got $1,000 deductible, so you get this much back. You could have, like, for instance, well, I am getting into it, like a $2,000 recoverable depreciation, which means you would get $17,000, and then after all the work's done, you would get the other two. But anyway, so this is your sports cards limit. You got $5,000 worth of sports cards, let's just say. So there's limits of so you got $5,000 worth of sports cards that was fire damage, but limits in the policy. Every homeowner's policy only covers like $250, $500, or $1,000 worth of coverage for specifically for sports cards. So they're only going to give you $1,000. So you say, well, what happens to that $4,000? Well, you pretty much eat it. But what I want to inform you is you could use this $4,000 to consume your deductible. So since this amount is more than this amount, it completely subtracts this and you get the full $20,000. Again, if you had like $2,000 recoverable depreciation, then this would be 18, because you wouldn't have a deductible, because the amount over the special limits consumes the deductible. This is a wind claim. Now, it's highly unlikely, probably wind damage to your sports cards, but if you had, I don't know, something crazy, a tornado or a gigantic hurricane or something. So there's usually like a 2% maybe or something deductible. So this is a deductible. So $20,000 deductible, $16,000. So here again, you got your $5,000 of coverage. I mean, $5,000 worth of sports cards. They give you $1,000 for your sports cards, tell you have a nice day, but remind them, look, I was $4,000 over special limits that I wasn't paid for, so it consumes this deductible, and for your win loss, you'll get your $20,000. Again, there's depreciation applied to age and condition of your materials and all that, but I'm not going to get into all that. But so basically, I guess the moral of this story is, if your sports cards is more than your limits in the policy and your deductible, this is for water, the deductible, water theft, any kind of thing like that, it's a all peril deductible. But wind and hail usually has a separate, it's a higher deductible. Let's see, if you had a $200,000 house, sometimes they apply a 2% wind and hail deductible, so that would be $4,000 wind and hail deductible for 2% of the value of the policy, the complete $200,000 policy limits for the dwelling. Anyway, so this is what I got. So if you got, your limits is $1,000 for sports cards and your deductible is $1,000. So anything, if you got more than $2,000, you might want to get what's called a rider. And that, you just tell your agent, hey, I got $10,000 in cards, I want a rider for it. I mean, this doesn't apply to me. I don't have that much. So I don't know, just all y'all big people that are hot and heavy in it, right? You could say I wanted, and it's going to be lower than you think. It might, who knows? It might cost you $5 a month, $10 a month, or something to get this rider. So you're completely covered on your value of cards. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents for the whatever 20, 30 people that watch my videos. But you could share this to anybody. I mean, of course, I'll just throw this in too, when people get a vault in a bank and they, put all their most expensive cards there that are worth, let's just say 20 grand or some crazy, they are what we call transferring the risk over to the vault. I mean, if you want to get real crazy, you could see what the vault policy is for coverage. If I can't see someone breaking in a vault nowadays, a bank vault, but fire, when Louisiana was flooding, everybody's vault safe in the bank was flooded, completely water damaged. So I don't know. Depending on your value of cards is how much you want to dig into this. But all right.